Get in the locker room with Colorado Mesa Sports. This is Mav Day on the team.
And wrestling season fast approaching for the Colorado Mesa Mavericks wrestling teams, both the men and the women. Of course, it all starts with Steak and Crab Fest this Saturday to benefit both programs over at Lincoln Park. And joining us right now is the coach of the CMU women's wrestling team, Travis Mercado. Travis, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on today.
Thanks for having me on, Jim.
I know this Saturday, a busy day for your team and Chuck Pfeiffer's team as well out at Steak and Crab Fest, and a chance for the community to, of course, help buying some of those tickets and eating all that steak and crab and helping fund your program and the men's program as well, but also a chance for the public to get to meet some of your wrestlers this Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. Steak and Crab Fest is on, and we're excited to be back to hosting the event, especially with not being able to do it last year. So we're really excited about having everybody come out. I know it's going to be a great time. Steak, crab, beer and seltzer for the 21-plus crowd, inflatable jumps, and yard games for the kids. Big family-friendly event. It's a great way to show your support for women's wrestling and men's wrestling. And just get to meet some of us. The coaches will be walking around, the athletes are there serving food, just being around and interacting. So it's a great way to interact with our team. We have some really amazing athletes in our program, both on the men's and women's side. So it's a great way for the community to kind of get to put some names to faces and see them.
2 to 6 this Saturday over at Lincoln Park before the Maverick football game with Adams State. Travis Mercado is the coach of the CMU women's wrestling team, joining us today on the Team Sports Network. Tickets are $75 each. How do people get tickets, Travis?
You can go online, ColoradoMesaUniversity.com/tickets. Or, hey, if you need tickets, find one of your favorite wrestlers here in town, and they have tickets that you can purchase from them directly. So different ways to purchase tickets this year, something a little bit new than we've done in the past where it's just been physical tickets. We've moved to a little bit online, and I think the past year and a half, a lot of people are really online savvy now, so they know how to do that.
Well, let's talk about your team preview, what the season looks like for your Maverick women's wrestling team. And I know that for you, you had redshirt sophomore Marissa Gallegos that competed here a while back up in Lincoln, Nebraska at the United States Senior World Team Trials, and in an effort to qualify for the U.S. national team, one of those spots there. But Marissa Gallegos representing your team at that event.
Yeah, it was a fun event in Lincoln, Nebraska back in September. It was the second time this year that Marissa had an opportunity to make the U.S. senior national team. She got to wrestle at Olympic trials back in April earlier this year. A lot of people don't know that Marissa competed at college nationals and then last chance qualifier and Olympic trials with a broken hand. She had some bruised ribs going into those tournaments as well. So it was fun to actually have her 100% healthy, and she wrestled some of the best that she's ever wrestled. And again, a healthy Marissa is much different than a banged up Marissa. So she finished third, which earned her a spot on the senior national team, which means she gets funding now from the U.S. governing body of USA Wrestling to go to training camps and international competitions to represent the United States of America.
You also had a freshman competing there as well.
Yes, we had incoming freshman Claire DeCunho. She actually just got back from Russia as well this summer, so she made the junior world team this summer by winning junior world team trials in May. So she's had a busy summer where she got back from Russia, and then the next day she started classes as a freshman. So kind of a wild trip for her, and she had a great showing as well. She went 2-2. On the way, she beat two girls that were college All-Americans last year. So a really great, impressive showing for her, and it was good for her to know, like, hey, I'm in the right spot. I'm making the jumps that I need to, so when we come to college season, she's ready to go.
CMU women's wrestling coach Travis Mercado joining us today on the Team Sports Network. And I know when you started the program, from scratch, from the ground up, I mean, you're starting to get some girls to come in and wrestle. And boy, you look at your roster right now, Travis, and recruiting has been very fruitful. You've got a lot of wrestlers on the mats now for your women's wrestling team.
Yeah, recruiting's been top priority since day number one, and it's not just about getting girls here. It's making sure that it's the right fit for us and a right fit for them. We had another top 10 recruiting class this year. It's 3 years in a row that we've had a top 10 recruiting class, which is really exciting. At the end of the day, we still have to wrestle and go compete, but we do have some really great girls coming in. Obviously, we had freshman Claire DeCunha, junior world team member this year. We have Alexis Allen from where's she at in Kansas? She's from Kansas, and she's a two-time state champion and a runner-up her senior year. We have a handful of girls from California that are always tough. We have a state runner-up from Texas and Lillian Broderick. Jaylene Sakona and Tatum Heikala both are Fargo All-Americans the past few years. So we have added some much-needed depth in some of our upper weights and then also in our lower weights. So we're really excited that we have that depth in our lineup now. It makes the practice room very competitive, and it allows our younger girls to compete with our older girls and our older girls to compete with the younger girls. And it's just making for a fun environment in training right now.
And, of course, you have the scrimmage coming up, the Maroon and Black scrimmage over Brownson on October 27th. Then you go to Park City, Kansas for the Falcon Invitational on November 6th. November 13th, the Maverick Open at Brownson Arena. So, like I said, with the Maroon and Black scrimmage on October 27th, November 13th over Brownson, a couple of opportunities right there for Maverick wrestling fans to see this year's squad.
Yeah, definitely. With women's wrestling growing at the NCAA level, we're getting a lot more opportunities to compete at home. Obviously, our Maroon and Black inner squad is a great way to kind of see our returning All-Americans and talent that we have, and then also kind of get a glimpse at what the future holds, too, for some of our younger girls. Like I said earlier, they're really banging with our older girls and creating a competitive environment. We're hitting the road early like we normally do, and we'll go to Park City, Kansas to wrestle in the Falcon Invite Big Open Invitational, which will be a lot of fun. It's kind of the first road trip of the year. And then we have two home events where you have opportunities to come watch us wrestle in our open tournament on Saturday, and then we're wrestling Dixie State on Sunday. So it'll be a great opportunity to come out and watch some women's wrestling here at home this year. And then we have a handful of other opportunities in the springtime as well.
But obviously coming up this Saturday, a chance to meet the Maverick wrestlers at Steak and Crab Fest over Lincoln Park. Once again, 2 to 6 o'clock over there. Tickets are $75 per person, and it goes to benefit both Maverick wrestling teams. And Travis, one more time, how can people get tickets for Steak and Crab Fest?
You can buy tickets online at coloradomesa.edu/tickets, or you can find your favorite wrestler here in town or send us a message, give us a phone call. We'll send somebody to you to get you tickets. If you want to be there, we'll get tickets to you.
And you're going to want to be there Saturday. It's a great